time is upon us.
What are we doing?
We're gonna try to mock these fenders up to the best of our ability. So we're gonna start out with trimming all this off the backside, cutting the top out, cutting the brace out, trimming them down, and then we'll work on the center line of the fender, all that, trimming to size. I guess let's go for it. I may have trimmed a little too much.
Nah, you just go down. Oh.
You want to go down?
No, God. No. Nah, I'm talking about you go down right here.
Mm-hmm.
It'll all match.
We can beat it.
There's nothing bad right here. All this just needs to be smoothened out.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is we're only going to use about this much of it. We'll have the other one trimmed down and matched up, so.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think we're making good progress. I don't think it's gonna look terrible. I mean, it's gonna be a high fender player. We need some like strong magnets.
You think so?
Yeah. I wish I had a third person come out here and
yeah. That is higher than I thought it was gonna be initially.
I just messed the YouTube video all up.
Why?
Because this part of the clip's gonna be upside down.
Oh yeah, well you're good.
But you know, we'll invert it. But you know what? It's not too terrible.
Yeah. So we very unprecisely measured the fender. This is where we're gonna cut at. This one not so important. The next one is gonna be the important one. If we get a big gap, we gotta fill it. So we're gonna cut this one. This one will be done. We gutted it. Completely raw on the inside. We're gonna take the flap disc to these edges and clean them up and straighten them out once we get done and get the basic size of the fender. And then we'll move on to the next fender, gut it, mock it up, line it up, and same thing. And hopefully by the end of the day, we'll have one side of the fenders tacked together and at least held up so we can see what it looks like. I missed the mark a little bit. See how jagged the tape is and how crooked it is. We missed it by a little bit. We know we need to trim on the next fender because cutting on the angle, the blade cut in toward it, which isn't bad because the tape was on the long side. So we can always trim it up and make this look better. But it did cut it a little bit long. We'll mark a line or hit it with the flap disc and level it out.
What's that?
The grinder angles, they're just... You're just dancing around with it, bro. Doing my best out here.
Bro, we making progress, ain't we?
Yeah, we are. Cut the back end off again and trim the top down.
It's just the same process they seen on the first one.
Just the same process you seen on the first one. This is like ×2 to make one.
Well, they didn't really see the first one. Maybe we should show them this one.
A little bit more instead of time lapsing it for a change.
Yeah.
All right, so all this metal right here, is it's kind of the pinch weld area. I could have drilled them out, but you got to cut this. Well, that goes like right there. I'm sure it didn't go on right there, but you got to cut all this out anyways to get this back brace. This is I guess A pillar on the F500, F600 trucks. This is the structure of the fender. You take it out and then you trim this edge down. I still haven't flap disced the first one. We probably put a little B-roll into this, but
yeah,
it's trimmed. And if you look, this was the line that I was going for, I think. I might have cut a little too far back, actually. But it's cut at an angle. We're going to do the other one and cut a little bit extra on it so that we can then, when we put them side by side and they're cut to length, they can overlap each other when we get them where we want them. And then draw a line on one, leave a little bit of extra, you know, a little love here, a little love there, and make them where they are one. Dance around to try to find some way to hold this so I can cut it and not bend the fender. You want to grab the backside over there so when I'm cutting this way, putting pressure? Yeah. Hopefully I don't shoot you. Boy, that joke is a weird spot.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it was close enough. Come on, you gotta look. It was a little bit off. Come on, that's pretty good.
Oh.
Now we gotta trim the top.
Yep. I guess we're right back to this, ain't we?
Yeah, I gotta figure out how deep. You got the Sharpie over there anywhere?
Sharpie. I really don't see it. Oh, okay. He's making a line himself.
Oh, okay. There it is. So I just gotta cut right here, because then I know I can trim that front side out, and then we can, you know, whatever. We got a little ways to go.
Just a little bit.
Now, I can finish the cut like this, and the brace will be off, but I gotta change.
Oh yeah, boy. Would you look at that?
And that's another brace down. Jump pile. So now, again, same thing, rinse and repeat. We're gonna trim the top of this out, knock it down. Hope we don't end up with a gap like that. Weld them together.
So what are we doing?
So this is where the body line rolls. I leave a little bit on it so that whenever the flap disc, we'll come in with the flap disc and clean it up. But that's the flattest part, and the other one needs a little bit of trimming. But we're gonna knock this edge out, and then I'll probably cut initially to just this line right here instead of that top line, so that way we can get them set up, see what they look like, deburr them with the flap disc, put them side by side, tape them up and get them held. We'll probably grab the welder and tack them together if we like what we see. If not, we'll trim up the rest with the flap disc and just keep rolling with it and see what they end up looking like. All right, so this fender is pretty much deburred. I'll kind of show you what's going on right now. A little bit of fine tuning. I got a trim right there, but this will be something like what we're doing. I may have made a mistake with this gap up here. I may have to try to add some material back or figure out a way to hide that. But I'm gonna try to remove a little bit on the front where it's still rolled up, and then this is kind of the point we're at.
Yep. We'll get to it.
So, yeah, we didn't get it quite perfect. These body lines should be close enough. We still have some trimming to do up there. It dips in the middle on the top, and I also ground down the booty welds that I had on it. But you come to the front side and look at this. Once we get it in place, it's just taped up. We'll be able to get that body line in right there, and that one to line up and match. And then the back side, we'll just have to do something with this. But that's pretty much the look that we're going for.
I like it.
Gracious says.